On today's episode of Based After Dark.
I just put PJ, and I always tried to find Bodie's signature and put it over his. That was like my goal every time, was to make sure my signature was over his. This is terrible. I look over at Ignoble. He's just nonverbal, just swaying back and forth like we're fucked.
Oh, no. This is after or before?
Before. This is before we go to this place.
Yeah. Prison just begging me to come say a few words. Well, this is why I couldn't be on if you can't fucking tell.
We're just telling him we sent you home from work, dude. He couldn't come today.
I got sent home from both my jobs today.
Based
After Dark.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Based After Dark, episode 85. First off, I want to thank all of our patrons. Thank you greatly for feeding St. Tits. I got to meet some of you recently at Runefest, and one of my favorite interactions was somebody with an insane European accent saying, "I feed a St. Tits." That was incredible. So thank you for that. Shout out to all our patrons.
Did you?
Was that the Dutch fella?
I think so.
Yeah,
all the same.
I remember that guy. Yeah. The hardest. There's one guy who is way harder to understand than everybody else.
I like that guy, dude. I like it.
Shout out. We love you. Thanks for watching. Today we're joined by Mr. Krylax. Tasty live from YouTube and Twitch and Based After Dark and T Papa Slice. Hamsey sounded like someone punched him in the throat 10 times. My voice is a little bit gone, but I'm okay. I've avoided the ruined flu. Just the voice is still gone a little bit. We did a lot of yelling our last night there. There's a lot of partying. So I'm still kind of getting back from that. T-Pop, how are you feeling?
Oh, I feel great, man. I slept 14 hours. I'm back at it. I'm 100%. I don't know. I had a slight sore throat earlier, but I don't know. It's good. Good now. I'm feeling great.
I was going to say, I set aside Tuesday just to sleep, and yeah, probably in total, 16 hours of sleep. I killed it. Probably the most I've ever slept in probably the last year or two, I think, in like one sitting. It was kind of crazy. It felt weird.
Yeah, 14 hours was definitely like a PB for me in the last 5 years. I don't know. I think the last time I slept longer than 14 hours, I had severe depression, but this time I was just tired.
Did you hit it all in a row, or was it just like...
Oh, last night? No, last night, because... I mean, we had to travel. My travel day was essentially 24 hours. And
24 hours?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we had to come back from Birmingham. So it was a train to London and then 2 flights, you know? So my I think door to door was like 21 hours.
Did you take a train to London? I took an Uber because it was the same price. At least the train I was looking at.
You took an Uber?
Yeah. It was 100.
How long is that?
It was like an hour ride, and it was like 120 pound. And the trains I was gonna take was gonna be like it was gonna be like 100 something. So I was like, might as well take the Uber because
it's 100 pound for an hour train. What?
That's kind of a scam, dude. I thought they were like ahead of the curve.
If you get the first ticket, which means you have a lot more room for your luggage, and it's actually pretty nice. It's not bad.
But the thing is, in the UK, you have something called the rail card. So if you like take the train a lot, then you get the rail card, and it drastically lowers your prices, right? But me and PJ didn't have rail cards, so
you got railed instead.
I was thinking about the Uber, but I was so worried that like if I had a yappy Uber at 5 o'clock in the morning, I might fucking kill him. You know,
especially in a British accent, it makes it even worse. That'd be crazy.
I could not risk it, so I took the train.
We have a lot to talk about. I don't know where to start.
Oh yeah, I'm just like posting.
Yeah, Krog's gonna post up. Listeners, yeah, we did a lot of stuff. I'm gonna say this. The only thing that felt weird on that trip was Mr. Tasty and probably you not being there and Saintus not being there. Besides that, I have to say, dude, I think that's probably the most fun and most fulfilling trip I've ever taken in my life. I'd have to say. I think it's in the top 3, if not number 1. It was truly.
You guys are already back, and I'm getting FOMO again.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
I hate to do this in front of you, but
me and Andy were talking about that. We think that was the best trips of our life. Like that was number 1.
Man, what the fuck?
I can't. It really was one of the best weeks of my life. You know, just if I take everything into account, all that happened. That was pretty crazy.
I need to hear some of the reasonings because we've done some shit like in our times. Like
no,
we've done some crazy
get it,
shit.
Dude.
Like,
I fully believe it. Honestly,
was it like like you got the celebrity treatment a little bit? Was it like everybody
that
was
helped?
there?
That was pretty sick. Not gonna lie, being a celebrity is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I think more so not the celebrity part of it, but I think the fulfillingness of meeting people who are fans of what you do, and like actually, because you know, like we post videos, we stream, people type nice things, they leave a comment, right? When you're like looking someone face to face and they're telling you how much it means to them, that's like a different level of fulfillment, a different level of dopamine, a different level of motivation to make more
100%.
content.
Yeah,
Because I definitely left that place feeling the most motivated I ever have. Like I'm dying from jet lag, but I want to make stuff now. Well, I'm here, so this is content, you know, the podcast. But that's why Hamsey was about to die and he still wanted to be on this podcast. Probably because he was motivated. Because we met some podcast specific enjoyers. Like I met a few different people who like they just are podcast fans. And like probably I think 4 or 5 people said they're patrons. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dude, shout out those people.
Sick.
It was really fun meeting the patrons and just the people who had listened. Like when they come, they're like, "Oh, I love you from the podcast." I wasn't expecting so much love from the podcast, but like it was so much love from people that watch the podcast. It was pretty overwhelming, and it was quite special. I would say it was.
Yeah, I would say in general the convention, that was the thing that blew me back the most, was how many people recognized us and wanted us to sign shit, which is crazy. First off, I wanted me to sign something. I just put PJ, and I always tried to find Bodie's signature and put it over his. That was like my goal every time, was to make sure my signature was over his. But yeah, it was insane, bro. It was really both days, because I went, but I don't think, did you go the second day, T-Pop, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
both
the
days were
craziest
there.
thing you had to sign or wanted or signed? Was there anything crazy? You sign any tits?
I saw SkillSpec sign someone's ass cheek. That was pretty cool.
That's
I'll say
fucking
that.
dope, dude. Hell yeah. That's a
I'll
very
say that.
SkillSpecs place to sign, honestly. That's probably the most deserving ass cheek signer.
But we can kind of get into the trip fully. So we I guess we can go from the start. We started in London, of course, which I'm gonna have to say, I guess it was so good to me because my expectations were very low, and it was actually really cool. I actually really, really enjoyed it. I had a really good time.
Where did you guys stay in London? Where were you at?
Right in the
we
middle.
were at a hotel called the Claremont, which was just super centralized. Just
Dude, you know
right
what I miss
next
about
to
that place?
everything.
How about the shower in that place?
Oh, that shower fucking sucked.
That might have been the
liked it?
best. You didn't like it?
Nah, dude, it was that half door shit, so I just took a bath every night, bro.
Oh no! I'm talking about the water pressure. Fuck the door,
Oh,
bro.
that water pressure is next level, bro. It's like
I let the
every single
water
time
go
was
over
a
the floor, bro.
massage.
Every day there's cleaning up the water. That's not my. I'm thick as fuck. Put a door on there. It's not my problem. Not my fucking problem, bro.
Oh, it wasn't
Put a
didn't
door on
close?
there.
Yeah.
There's
no,
no
the
door.
other
It's just
hotel
a-
had it too.
The average
Yeah.
British person, I think, is rather small and emasculated, so it's
Right.
like it makes sense.
Seth got a concussion from hitting his head on doorways, bro.
That's
Yeah?
true, yeah.
Oh,
He did
dude.
not fit.
Tell
He
me
did
about
not
that
fit
one.
in the
I
unit.
did. Okay, yeah. So we started there though, and then what did we do the first couple of days? We did some tourist stuff, of course. We went around London. The first thing I did was go to Greg's. I went to Greg's, and you know what?
How
Review
was
pretty
it?
good, pretty solid. I was very surprised. It was pretty solid. That's kind of the spot. A lot of people.
As an ignorant person, what the fuck is Greg's?
It's like, I would say it's kind of their
Pinnacle
version
of
of like
British culture.
7-Eleven. Is that a good way to put T-Pop? What would you say?
It's
I
a
didn't go to
convenience
7-Eleven.
store?
I thought it was like a Denny's.
Yeah, I thought it was like a
Greg's?
restaurant or like a pub or something. I didn't know it was a convenience store.
No. It's like they're like little. It's like a little shop. They got like drinks. They got like little stuff on the side, and then they have like a little bakery in there. You pick up. Okay, maybe not 7-Eleven.
Like a
I'm trying to-
Starbucks with a gift shop?
Yeah, maybe more so, kind of like that. But yeah, it was pretty good. I got the sausage roll, the pastry. It's pretty good. It wasn't bad. That was my first thing. We also did the chicken place. We did Nando's.
Fucking love
Okay,
Nando's,
I've
bro.
heard things about
Nando's.
Nando's.
Love
People
It was-
swear by
Nando's.
Nando's.
It was pretty good. The breast was dry, but the legs
they
are very
fucked
nice.
PJ though. They brought him the wrong one, and he's still saying it was pretty good.
Yeah. No, I gave
Dude, what's
it
with
a,
you and getting fucked on the chicken? Like everywhere you go that's not Nashville, they fuck you on the chicken.
Well,
Why?
you know,
Bro,
I
I'm
think
a
these
they
guys
brought
are the
him-
standards, dude, you know?
I'm a hard critic on the chicken, but I gave it a 7-8 out of 10, and then once I found out the breast was dry, I readjusted to 7-3, just because the
7-3
chicken breast
with a
was
dry
dry. But
breast
it's still,
is
it was still
crazy.
it was good. It was good.
You got to
It's
take
still
into
pretty good.
account that Seth ordered hot chicken, and they brought him, shit you not, Fanta. It was like a collab
Yeah, they're
with
doing
Fanta.
They're
dude.
doing
Fanta chicken?
Fanta chicken, dude.
They're doing a collab.
This is
with
why the
Fanta.
UK gets a bad rap. It's because now I'm just explaining
What?
it.
I'm
I tell you, bro,
I'm
the food
genuinely
was
confused.
Do they
So
soak it in
they're-
orange soda?
One of their sauces, yes, is a collab with Fanta, but it was like a sweet kind of mango spicy type deal. It wasn't bad. It was okay, but I was grading just based off the chicken quality. Was it juicy? Was it nice? And it was, except for the breast. I got to the breast and I was mad, but the legs were very good. You know, I had low expectations too.
Bro, the mac and cheese
I
dish.
think
oh, so
outside
good
of
as
that,
well.
like the spot, so I hit the Greg's, I did the Nando's, and of course the Weatherspoons, the spoons which Bodie describes as, or as we know, our good friend Adam describes as Applebee's of the British land.
I didn't end up going there. What did you think of the
It-
spoons?
It was bad. It was bad.
Oh, so valid. There you go.
Dude, Applebee's
Yes,
fucking sucks. Didn't
one-
we go to Applebee's together for my first time at
Yes, we did,
Applebee's?
and you were not happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking Applebee's, dude.
It's like, yeah, you get what you
But
get. you know?
yeah, so me and Hamsey went there. We got fish and chips with peas on the side. The peas were not touched. They looked
Peas.
fucking harder than pellets used for a gun. And the fries were terrible. They were unseasoned. It was just a potato that had been thrown in the fryer for a few seconds. And then the piece of fish was okay, but it's just a piece of white fish that's fried. Wasn't really
It's hard
seasoned.
to fuck that up.
It's
Yeah.
hard to fuck up. It was just kind of meh. But yeah, that's the only place that I went where I was like, ugh, this is not the best. As far as like the daily, because like obviously we did the fine dining, right? I wanted to do like the daily, like a day in the life kind of stuff, like places where people are going. I also went to a place called Tesco, which is apparently a pretty frequented place
It's like
where
a
people go to
supermarket.
like pick up the meal deal, the quote unquote meal deal. Also kind of a local place. And I tried a local energy drink. Let me look
Of
this up
course.
here, what it's called again.
Wait, can I
I
interject?
think that when
Did you
you had
guys
to
try?
cleansing.
Did you guys do dragon soup? Did you find that?
No, bro. I was
Okay,
looking
no,
for
no,
it
what?
everywhere.
We didn't. We were all over the place, but here. Okay, I have a good story about this. Okay, what the
That's
hell?
a shame.
Why is my?
I thought Hamsey would at least. Maybe Hamsey did. On
Okay.
some pull
Bro,
through
I asked for
moment.
dragon soup like 3 or 4 times around people, and they looked at me like, "Yeah, you're not gonna find that." I was like, "What do you?
Okay,
Like, what? Like,
so-
What the hell?
So hear me out. Hear me out. I found the plug for this. Okay, the dragon soup. This guy, I met him at. I met this guy at Runefest. He was a fan of the podcast, fan of all of our stuff. Right. I start talking to him, and he says that he can ship the dragon soup to us. He said he can get it to us. He just
Oh,
needs an
yeah.
address.
okay,
So
then we need to
I'm
make that happen
going-
because it was hard
okay,
to find."
I have him. I'm gonna give him my PO box. I didn't even think about it in the moment. He wanted to ship it to Hamsey directly.
Hamsey would
his
give
name-
his full blown home address for that too.
Yeah, well, that's just
You
what
know
I
he
called.
would,
I
dude.
remember I was talking to this guy and I called Hamsey and he was like, "What's my home address?" I was like, "Yeah, well, maybe we can figure something else out. Let's see." But this guy's name is Alex LZ. I have him added on Discord, and I'm gonna send him.
I met him.
I'm gonna yeah. He's gonna send. Okay, here's what I want to do. If he sends it to me, I want to keep it and wait until the next time we're together, and we all try it together. I'd
That's
rather
what we
not.
should
Ooh, that's
I
a
feel
really
like-
good idea.
I feel like that's what we should do. Maybe on a live pod or something. We try it together if he sends it. If he'd be so kind to do so, and we can all try it together. But he said he can get it here. I'm not sure how, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, yeah, I don't see why he couldn't ship that. It should be fine. I think.
Yeah.
You might have to pay a little something, but yeah. But I think that's what we should do for sure.
No, I like that idea. I mean, when's the next time we're gonna see each other? Like TwitchCon, probably.
TwitchCon or towards the end of the year. Like it could be because we're going to Mexico. It could be a Mexico thing. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
You know.
Is that
but then we'd have to
Is that the
bring
same
that
thing?
like across another border, and that gets kind of. I guess you could do it if you check it, but
I can figure it out. You know, I can check it. We can make it happen. But anyway, so yeah, we got there Monday. Did we even do anything Monday? I don't remember. Or was that Tuesday? No, Monday we didn't do anything. Tuesday we went to a restaurant called Aragawa. For the
that
steak.
looked fucking sick, dude.
That was,
that's like one of the one things I'm pissed about missing.
Oh
That
my
and then also the
God.
rest of the trip. So
Ugh.
that and the whole rest of the trip?
Yeah, he's upset about the first thing we did and then everything else we did.
and then
so
everything
nice.
else after. Yeah, I don't care about Greg's or Weatherspoons. You guys can do that shit. That's fine. It's-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aragawa was insane. That, for those of you who do not know, so Aragawa was it's a restaurant from Tokyo. It was actually described in the AP about 15 years ago as the most expensive restaurant in the world. Is what it was like titled. They
Really?
just That was just the title of the AP article.
So
I
what
found when
was
I was
the
trying to
bill?
look stuff up on it.
Oh, okay.
It was for what it was. The bill was fucking insane. Okay, that was one of the most expensive meals we've done for the amount of food we got. And it was just steak. It was a 46-month dry aged Kobe
46
beef.
day
No,
or month?
month.
4 years?
Yes. Look at their menu. It's
No.
fucking what? That's what it says,
4
bro.
years?
And that's what they said. Yes. Yes.
No. What?
Dude.
I didn't even know you could. I didn't even
They
know.
also-
It's dry
Bro.
age. You said or wet dry age, right?
I'm pretty sure it's dry aged. Yeah. It's insane. It's
I didn't even know
Pull
you
up
could
the
age
Wet
the
age
that.
that,
menu.
I think it would rot.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
Dude, there's no way.
I had no
Aragawa.
idea it was a thing. Yeah. Pull up the Aragawa site.
I don't
Go pull
remember
up the
exactly.
tasting
T-Baba
menu.
might be completely lying to you. I'm not sure.
Watch it be day.
I was
He's
gonna
looking
explain
at the
for
menu
while
right
you look
now.
it up though. I was gonna
Because
say
I don't think that's possible. Like, I think
Right,
that
I
would
didn't think it was
just.
I think
possible either.
I think T-Baba might be lying to you, but look it up. So-
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're fucking
I
lying,
think he might
dude. There's
be
no
bullshitting.
way.
He did not read that
I
correctly.
don't know. Usually
from what I know
those
about
details
steak
stick
aging.
out for T Papa. You know, usually they'll stick out. Usually he's accurate on
Well,
those things.
yeah. Okay, so I didn't really hear what you said. You said that they dry aged that for 4 years.
Almost.
46 months. He said. 46
Bubba,
months.
I don't think so.
No, because I saw a video where there was
Well,
like a
if you
really
dry age something
experimental
for-
New York restaurant that did it
Brother,
for a
bro,
year.
They brought the meat out in front of us. That was definitely not dry aged for 4 years. It would have had an insane smell and it would have been completely barked over if that was dry aged for 4 years.
Well, they cut.
just
They
go
cut
look
the
at their
bar.
menu.
Oh, no, dude, that's no.
Thank you.
It says 46 months.
Thank you.
Which one?
I didn't think so either, dude. The one that we had, the sirloin. Yeah.
Okazaki Farm, 46 months.
There you go.
Okay,
What?
so is it dry aged for 46 months?
I don't
That's
know.
Or is
but
that the
I-
age of the cow?
Because the meat that they brought out was definitely not dry aged for 46 months. There's no way. It would have not
Yeah,
looked like that.
there has
didn't
to be
think it was
there,
possible.
that cannot make sense. That must be the age of the fucking cow. I do not understand that.
I'm assuming it's a cow.
When you dry something like that, after 46 months, even if you dry aged an entire cow, you would be left with like this much meat. And it
Yeah,
probably would taste like beef jerky.
Yeah, it would be insanely barked up. And
Hold,
it would
hold
be,
on a second. Hold on a second. Well, continue what you're saying if you're in the middle of a thought. But I
No,
was
go
like,
ahead.
46 months. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make
Like-
sense, but that's what they
That
said.
has to
No,
be the
but
age
also,
of the cow.
why would they put the age? Have you ever heard of that? Like they put the age of the animal they killed to put it on the menu. Like
Yeah, I would
At
for
a
them,
place like
because
this, probably
those
I could
cows-
see that.
Those
yeah.
cows that they're using are from a specific bloodline of A5 that's been used for
Well,
generations.
it's Kobe, isn't it? It looks
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Okazaki Farm Kobe, which is a very
Yes.
distinct type of
Exactly.
Wagyu.
Yeah.
It's also $1,000 per pound. That's fucking insane, dude. That's what you guys paid for meat? Oh my god.
Wait.
It's probably more than that.
so
'Cause that's
for
in
an
pounds.
8-ounce steak, that's $500.
I think
They sell
the
it by
cow-
100 grams.
Now do you understand why there was the AP article that called it the most expensive restaurant in the world?
So for
Wait,
for half a
$500
kilo, for half a
$500
kilo,
for an
which is
8-ounce
500
steak,
grams.
right?
Yeah. But I'm assuming for you guys, you probably each got a serving of maybe 100 grams. That's
Yes.
basically, you're paying
Yeah.
upwards of $2,000 just for the steak alone for your party.
What
Okay.
I'm
And the
reading here
wood,
is
the
definitely
wood
the
they
age.
cooked it with is more expensive.
They're talking about the cow's age because that would make
Okay.
way more sense.
That makes way more sense because
Well,
I don't
they're
I'm
think you
feeding
so
drive
them-
something
happy
for
I
4
did not
years.
go to that dinner.
They're
Like,
feeding
Yeah, I would have come back with credit card debt for sure, dude.
they're feeding them a very specific diet. It's a specific bloodline, and as soon as they get to of age, they butcher them immediately at the
Yeah.
peak of the cow's existence, basically.
Well,
Which is
Kobe
insane.
beef was all of the rage like 10, 20 years ago before
Mhm.
like the general Wagyu was discovered. It was like Kobe beef was the thing. And then people started going to like different breeds of Wagyu and all that stuff. But I think Kobe has kind of remained like the
Yeah.
ultra pinnacle.
So
Even though most restaurants I go to just serve Miyazaki for the most part.
another cool thing about this place is so the original chef who started the restaurant in Tokyo, he came over with the restaurant when it came to London, and so he was in the kitchen. He cooked for us. We got the original chef cooking it for
Whoa.
us in the kiln, in the 600-degree kiln, and we watched him cook it. He just like would throw it in real quick, pull it out, throw it in real quick, and he pulled it out. It's like a couple seconds at a time. cooking this meat. It was, and then they let us see the wood, which was, I don't even know what the fuck that guy said,
They
but it
let
was
you
like,
see the wood.
Yeah, well,
huh?
okay, so the
Damn.
wood that they cooked the meat with was more expensive than the meat because of
Of
like
course
the
it was.
carbon.
I got a tree in my backyard, dude. I'll fucking.
it
Because
was
the carbon
insane.
makeup of the wood, it's like when they burn it, it doesn't release any aspects of the wood into the kiln.
So it's like pure charcoal, basically.
Yes, and it was crazy.
Kind of.
They took the so they essentially had these 2 sticks of wood that look like just big pieces of charcoal, and they hit them together, and it sounded like metal pipes clanging just because it was just
Whoa.
carbon. It
That's
was
pretty cool.
really wild to hear. Like that
Okay,
was that.
all
that
this
was
sounds
crazy.
like a lot of crazy bullshit, but I'll say this: that is the best steak I've ever had in my life. That's
Yeah,
And you guys are
the
not
sirloin
like.
specifically.
not topping
You
that.
guys are not wanting for a high level steak.
so
Like, you guys
here's-
are spoiled. That's insane.
So let me say this. So they had the sirloin, but they also had a tenderloin that we had as well, which is not a like super desirable cut by most people. In the South, it's very popular, but the fact that this tenderloin was even in the same hemisphere as Wagyu was insane. It was so good. I've never I didn't know tenderloin could taste like that because I've had a ton of
wild.
tenderloin. It
Tenderloin
was
is
crazy.
fillet. Am I stupid?
Yeah, no,
Like,
tenderloin is
filet-
filet mignon. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's the
so-
best cut. Like that's what you want, no?
It's the most tender. It's not necessarily the most
Well,
flavorful.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of filet.
I'm just saying, like, the fact of like it was even in the same like it was crazy, bro.
Realm as what you have.
It was
I
insane. I'm
understand,
not saying
yeah.
it's like a
the
terrible
flavor
cut.
was still there, right? It was
Yeah, yeah,
tenderloin,
yeah.
but it tasted like fucking
Well,
insanity, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was gonna say a lot of people prefer other cuts. Like I don't really see too many people get the fillet. Some people like the fillet, but a lot of people get other stuff. Usually, at least when I go out with people. But like it's very
Filet
popular
is
down
for
here.
rich old men. That's who the filet is for, dude.
Yeah, well, down here it's pretty popular, and just
They
the
got
fact
soft
like how much it was elevated by the way he cooked it was crazy. Like I've never. It was
I wonder
like,
why that wood is so expensive. It can't just be for cooking, right? Like, is it used for anything else?
I'm not sure. Listen, I was very
hard
blown
to
away
make.
by the sirloin. Like it's definitely the best I've ever had. But that's what I'm saying is I was more blown away by the tenderloin just because of how elevated it was from everyone I've ever had in my life. I was like, what the fuck? What
Well,
I
it
had,
just
it
goes
was,
to show.
yeah, it really
Like
blew
how
me.
you season it, how you cook it, everything comes down
Yeah,
into
it was
It's
crazy,
not just-
man. It was pretty wild. But never going back there again. Probably if I do, I'll probably just get the meat. I don't think the tasting menu is probably worth
Yeah,
it for
if
the
I go
buck.
back there,
Oh,
I'm just
they've
going
got
to
a
get
tasting
300
menu.
grams. We did the
Very
tasting menu.
small.
If I go back,
Very
I'm just going to go get...
300 grams?
Yeah, give me a slab of that sirloin, boy. It's fucking life-changing,
That's
dude.
insane. Dude, Amy's gonna have to work 8 shifts to cover that, dude. She's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
It was worth it. It was worth it. It was. I would say it's worth it. It was awesome. If you're ever out there, go for sure.
Look, Max, if you
Yeah.
want to go back, I'll go back with you. It was incredible. It was the single best
I'll
piece of
say
meat I've had in my
if you're
life.
I'm
listening
sure we'll be
and-
there in 2026, you know?
If you're listening and you live out there or you're traveling out there, you should go, but don't do the tasting menu. Just get the steak by itself and maybe a couple sides or something because you can order just off the menu. So just do that. Anyway, after that insane experience, the next day we go to the Fat Duck, which I just got a brief message about this place. And I was just like, yeah, I'll go. And then I'm like, I forgot who it was telling me, they're like, it's a 3-star Michelin place. I was like, what? I wasn't told
this is the one
I
I'm
didn't
most
know
upset
that.
about missing.
And then I
That's a
looked it up,
legendary restaurant.
And then I looked
It's
it up and I
not
was like,
just
what
3-star.
the fuck?
It's been 3-star for 21 years. It is like many people call
It's,
it. It's a
in the
bucket
realm
list.
with like the French Laundry. It's literally the founding place of what is it? Molecular gastrology. Like
I
that's
see.
who
Gastronomy.
invented that.
It's Heston Blumenthal. It's Heston's restaurant.
Heston
Like one of the most
Blumenthal,
one of the most famous chefs
Well,
ever. It's his flagship. You know.
We had a very
It's
good
his.
time there. It was completely ruined for me because, so I'll explain this. So we took this taxi there, and so I didn't even know this was a thing either because so over there, a lot of the taxis, the seats are facing each other, right? So like they're like this. Or like if like me and you were sitting, I'd be looking across from you. So if you're on the other side, you're traveling in the opposite direction, if that makes sense. And so me and Ignoble, we sat on the other side and started feeling sick immediately. Like started feeling very nauseous. And I didn't think it was going to be that
motion
bad.
sick?
Yeah, motion sickness for sure. And because I've never sat like that before in anything. I'd never really experienced that. So my body was obviously not enjoying. Ignoble was really fucked up. He was going through it. I was just kind of feeling uneasy. And then I started feeling better after like Jesse put the window down. I was like, okay, and because like I was gonna switch with T-Pop's wife Annie, and I was like, no, it's fine. Like, I think I'll be all right. And everything was good because when we got on the freeway, we started moving, and then we get off the exit, bro. Oh my god, dude, we start stopping, going full speed, and then I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw up everywhere. Like I'm about to fucking puke. This is terrible. I look over at Ignoble. He's just nonverbal, just swaying back and forth. Like, we're fucked.
Oh, no.
This is after or before?
This is
before
we go to this place. So I get out, and I think walking around is going to save me. But, dude, by the time I sat down at the table, I was super uneasy, super unsettled, very nauseous. But I didn't make it about me. I didn't say shit. I said I was fine. I tried to tough it out best I could. And it definitely tainted the food for me, for sure. The food side of it, because I immediately just started chugging the alcohol, trying to level myself out. And Ignoble about halfway. Yes, it did for me, but Ignoble puked halfway through. See, it did. I didn't really get settled in until we were about probably a little over halfway through the meal, because there's some of those first dishes I was disgusted by, and it's not because it was bad. It's because I was nauseous as fuck. I did not feel good. I was not in the
tasting menu.
No, dude, that's like my worst nightmare. I think I would just call it quits.
Yeah.
So this is all from sitting backwards in a taxi.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was and that's the thing is if it's like a 10-minute ride, we've been fine, but it's because we drove like a little over an hour if you count like traffic and stuff. It was a good way.
20.
It was a whole hour.
That's pretty far. Yeah.
Wait, so where were you guys going?
In terms of length, not far. We were in the middle of London rush hour to get out of London. On the way back home, the ride was like 30 minutes with no traffic.
So
it was tossed.
You went all the way from Birmingham to London, basically.
No, sorry. This is so when we went on our trip, we did the first 4 days are in London. We haven't left to go to Birmingham yet.
Okay.
So we're just in London, and we're going outside the city by about 30 minutes. But like I said, it was right during rush hour, so it took us a long time to get out.
But thankfully, about halfway through the meal, I've like evened out, and like the appetite came back, and it was incredible. But the first 5 dishes, I was forcing them down, and then they came out with the fish one, which we had to put on the. You had to put on the headphones, and it's a fish dish, and I took 2 bites of it, and I wanted to die.
Wait,
was repulsed.
Pause. You had to put on headphones to eat.
It's
okay. Can I talk about it? This is my favorite dish.
Let T-Pod talk about it, because I want someone who liked it, dude.
Okay. So it was like, oh gosh, I can show you a quick picture, just because you got to understand just the presentation of this dish was insane. I'll give it to Kid so we can.
It looked beautiful.
Flash it up, but I'll show it right here. So they bring out like okay, hopefully you can see this, fellas. Look at you see that? So they bring it out on top of a frame with sand, and the dish is like this fish sand foam, just one of the most incredible things I've ever had in my life. And when they bring it out to you, they bring you out headphones. So here's a picture of me with the headphones on. So they
there's
play
no
like,
way I'd be taking myself seriously doing that shit.
Dude,
it's a very whimsical restaurant from what I hear.
There's no way.
It's the Disneyland of restaurants, essentially. So they bring that out, and it's like the ocean noises, but it's like a not just ocean noise. It's like you're on a beach. You hear an ice cream truck drive by. You hear like people talking. I mean, look, here's the deal.
He loves that, and I love that too.
Food can only taste so good. So much of these restaurants is the story that goes into it. And that's why this restaurant is a 3-star, just because it's so good at all the presentation and everything.
All the 5 senses.
How is this service? That's my question.
Outstanding.
Well, the service. Okay, so when the second Bodie booked it, they recognized the name Adam. So they knew Bodie was coming, and so
because he's been there before.
Yeah. So our server was a big RuneScape nerd. Like he knew us, and it was just fun. Like. He was so excited to wait on us. He came on my chat today to say what's up. And
that's crazy.
Yeah. So it was super cool. Plus, one of the chefs in the kitchen, Josh, he was going to Runefest. We got to link up with him later. So that was really cool.
We got the card too. We got the card, bro.
Yeah, he gave me a business card, and he said we hit him up next time. He can get us 15% off.
You guys got your cock sucked all weekend. That's crazy.
Dude, it was, bro.
The funniest part about the server was I remember at some point he was like, he called me PJ, and I was like,
You had a flashback, Bubba. You're like mid about to throw up.
Motherfucker, like, what'd you just say? He called me. He like slowly like started like kind of letting us know how well he did know us. It was like a very slow until eventually, which is a funny story. He's a banned chatter in the Bodie live stream for 5 years. He's been banned for 5 years, and Jesse pulled up his chat logs and unbanned him. It was insane.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
He was banned for just like I forgot what he said, something like offhand backseating. He just got permed, you know, standard.
That's like the Bodie chat, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But I think
Feel like
that would have made the whole dinner with it just that.
Well,
like, that
Bob was lucky because it's probably like
was funny.
that dish. Like he was hearing, you know, he was on the beach having a great time. You know where I was, bro? I was on a boat and it was going like this.
You were drowning, bro.
You were on the boats about to storm Normandy, bro. Like that's where you were.
As I was eating that dish, I was getting so sad that it was coming to a close because it was just such an experience to eat that dish.
What kind of fish was it?
I don't remember. It was just.
Was it whitefish? It looked like a whitefish.
It was, and it was raw,
like
and it was just
a grouper?
It was so freaking good. And I'm eating it, and I look up, and then PJ's not eating his, and I'm just like, oh my god, I get to have it again. And then so he hands me his dish across the table, and I gotta have it twice.
Did he actually?
Yeah,
dude,
I gotta eat it again. I was so excited. That was honestly the highlight of my trip. I was about to fucking
force the whole thing down out of respect, like really fast, and just fucking swallow it. And then T-Pop was like, dude, I'll eat it. I was like, please. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Bro.
I was
so
happy.
if T-Pop wouldn't have eaten it, I would have. If he wouldn't have wanted it, I was just gonna fucking inhale it. Because I took 2 bites of the sand and I tasted the fishiness, and I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die. And
I believe the sand was chicken. I don't want to be wrong. The sand may have been like chicken liver pate based sand. So it was really good. And then with the fish, it was just, and then the foam. I don't remember what the foam was, but the foam was like a warm, savory, sweet foam. Oh, it was
like
so
a
great.
Miso or something like that.
Bro,
yeah,
I
something along those
I feel
lines.
terrible for Seth not being able to
dude.
enjoy that shit.
Breaks my heart.
the thing is,
we'll
like,
have to go back. I'm so sad. Oh god.
after like the first few though, like I think it was like maybe 1 or 2 after that when I started feeling much better because the alcohol I think was because dude, Ignoble was fucking. I was not feeling good, and Ignoble he looked awful, bro. He was so down bad. I was drinking all of his alcohol, too. He's not drinking any of his. I was just knocking him back because I was trying to level myself out. That was the most drunk I've been of any night by far. I was fucking thrashed when I got out of that place because I drank pretty much all of his alcohol, probably some of Annie's, too. I was just, every time I'd see a cup there, I was just down on him trying to get back, but oh my gosh, bro.
And so at another course that was a highlight was they brought out this like tower that was built like a couple like Mad Hatter hats on top of each other. And on the tower were these like little tea time sandwiches that I'm pretty sure were black truffle anchovy foie gras sandwiches. Or maybe those are chicken liver as well. I don't know. I don't remember them using foie gras.
So much richness.
That's insane.
Yeah,
dude, anchovies, foie gras, and truffle.
It was anchovy black. It was anchovy black truffle, but I can't remember the third part of the sandwich. It was.
That's got to be a fucking punch to the face.
That is what brought me back. That's what brought me back.
It was so good. They were light. They were crispy. Oh, anyway, so
that is what brought me back to greatness. I had that. That is the best sandwich.
Brought me back to greatness.
We can call it a sandwich because it clearly was a sandwich. That is the best sandwich I've had in my entire life. Nothing will ever top that. Incredible.
Bro,
the fucking
the shits must have been tremendous.
The journey that sandwich took me on was so good that we all kept raving about. They brought us another one for free.
That's sick. That's super
so
sick.
That's what happened. So I talked to Josh afterwards what happened. So Danny was our server. He goes back to the kitchen. He's like, yo, they love the sandwiches. They want to know if they can have a couple more. And Josh, the chef back there, was like, let's just do another round for them. So they brought out a whole nother tower of the sandwiches again, bro.
I was back. I was back after that.
That
brought me back.
Beautiful.
It was so good.
They didn't even charge us for us. Those were some highlights. I'm going through these pictures right now.
After a certain point, it's a drop in the bucket for them, I imagine. You know.
Yeah, did we talk about also I have all this on the vlog too. Like this trip I vlogged pretty intensely. I have an outstanding amount of footage on the GoPro, which I'm going to unload after this podcast. And we're going to try and get that up as soon as possible as well.
The cheese course they brought out it looked like it was like a Roquefort blue cheese slice that they bring out on this little tray, but it's actually fucking Roquefort blue cheese ice cream, dude. And it's like, it looks like cheese. You cut into it and it's fucking ice cream, bro.
They had
it was the ice cream cheese course. Bro,
So they had covered.
good.
What was the thing on the side? They had covered stuff on the side with. It was a condensed Roquefort blue cheese powder, and I said, can I have 2 spoonfuls? I want to hit it raw. And the guy, he was like, hit it raw. And I was like, yes, I want to hit this powder raw and see what happens. Unfortunately, it was not bad. It was like kind of sweet. I guess, and when they condensed that down, like it lost a lot of the pungency that blue cheese has. It was still a cool experience. And it was also just cool that they literally brought me out 2 spoons of fucking powdered Roquefort. That's crazy.
What, did they serve you guys the hot cold tea? Did you guys get that dish?
Yes. The one
you guys got the hot cold?
The gold coin?
The one where they pull it out and one half is hot, one half is cold in the same cup.
No, we did not have that. We had
that's like a legendary dish I wanted to try.
We had the one where they bring you out like a teapot and you have a gold coin that you dip into the tea, and the gold coin is it's covered in real gold, right? But the innards is like almost, it's like the solidified broth. So you're dipping this gold coin into this hot water. It's turning the water into the broth, and then you're pouring the broth.
It's like a bouillon cube, basically.
It was called mock turtle soup. It was very good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shout out Mock.
Dude, that's great. Shout out Mock.
So that was really good. One thing that we did have tasty that we got at the end, they didn't have a lot of it left, but we split a pour of the 1974 Tarragona yellow chartreuse.
They had a 74 Tarragona.
They had a 74
what was that like?
Tarragona, bro.
I didn't partake in that.
Did you shoot it?
When they poured it for us, dude, there was like so much, man, I'm blanking on the word. So much, the floaties. There's so much sediment in it. There was so much, I was pretty drunk when I had it at that point, but it was so sweet. And it was just like, it was just a perfect chartreuse, you know?
That's crazy, dude.
So we had a 1974. I didn't even know what Tarragona was. So for listeners that don't know, we had there was only 2 years during the history of chartreuse when the chartreuse was made in a distillery in Spain. And so this was part of those 2 years. And it was
more than 2 years, wasn't it? I thought it was like 20 years or something.
That's what Adam told me, that it was only 2 years, but who knows?
It was during World War II they switched to Tarragona, and then I think in the 70s I think they switched back or something like that, and then they did both for a little bit.
So we had that was really good, and we were pretty shit faced though. That was wild. And
we did the wine experience thing too. We went up in there. They took us something to sell, and this is where I kept hitting my head. There's this fucking going up the stairs there. It's not like if you're over 6'2", it's not a good time, bro. I feel like Gandalf coming to the fucking Hobbit's house, bro. It's not fucking good. It's like it's so fucking low, and like I kept every time I'd go up, come down, I hit my head, but it was like lighter every time. But yeah.
The Fat Duck, right, is a very interesting restaurant because it's just in a repurposed house. Like the bottom floor is where everyone eats, and in the back you have the kitchen, and then the second floor is like the bathrooms and the wine cellar and whatnot. But you're in a house. You're literally in a fucking house. It's pretty cool. So we did the wine experience. That was wild. But also they let us upgrade like just the red that we had with the main. They let us upgrade to a bottle that Bodhi said the bottle was like at least 5,000 euros, and they just let us have glasses out of it. That single upgrade for that one glass alone was 300 euros.
Oh yeah, no, he told me what that was. He also, dude, Adam sent me a picture of a 2001 DRC that was like 15,000 euros, and he told me he bought it. He's like, bought this for the fucking lads. And I was like, you are fucking shitty. He was black. This is right after the meal. He was messaging me and telling me he got that. He was clearly shit-faced. And I was like, there's no fun. And the next morning when he wakes up, he's like, nah, it's just kidding, lad. I didn't fucking actually buy it. And I was like, dude.
Bro.
Yeah, so that was the funny thing is like Seth said, we did a wine experience, but right before this wine experience where they take us into the cellar and they like make it really dark and they're like flashing red lights at us, and it was like it was pretty cool.
I was so fucked.
Yeah, I was pretty drunk.
You had
at
a
that point.
Chateau Latour. You had a Latour 2015 Pauillac.
Yeah, that's what we had. But the thing is, like, that red wine we had in the wine experience was like, yeah, that was great. But we had just had the, whatever you just said, the Chateau Latour, which was the single greatest Bordeaux I've ever had in my life and probably will ever have in my life.
A fucking insane bottle. That's a really insane bottle.
Yeah, so that was fucking incredible. I can't wait to go back with you. We're going to have such a good time. That was, man, I go back and forth whether or not it's my favorite restaurant ever. It's really... It's hard to, you know, it's in the debate for best ever.
The experience for me was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun there more than anything. But yeah, the food for me, I have it at 6 on my Michelin list at the moment, but it's probably because half of it I fucking wanted to puke. So, like,
well, plus like the first
tough.
dishes they brought out were like, they're very weird dishes. Like you had ice cream that tasted like salad.
Yeah,
you know,
no. Imagine
That's
you're
pretty
about, you
wild.
feel like you want to throw up, and they bring you out some crab ice cream.
yeah.
That was the worst type of restaurant for you to be sick
That's
at.
crazy.
Dude, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I really
Not
Not even a
being
bread
betrayed
cart,
by
dude. They
everything in
just
your
fucked
body.
you. You know.
Yeah,
All
dude.
your senses are being betrayed. Everything. is
Yeah,
being betrayed.
I would go back just because it was kind of tainted for me. But we can move on from that though. We've got about enough. After that, we went to the Frog, which is
I love
for
the Frog, dude.
a 1-star Michelin restaurant. Is by far the best one I've been to. Insane. It was crazy. It was amazing. There, I had all my senses. There's only one thing I didn't like. I didn't like the truffle tea. It's kind of gross. I wasn't a big fan of that. Besides that, everything else was amazing, to me at least.
Yeah, my favorite thing we had there was it was this warm custard that they brought out with a massive dollop of caviar in the middle, and then they pour like a hot bone marrow broth on top of that, and they give you a fresh croissant to dip it. Oh my fucking good!
Wait,
that
did
one
you-
to me,
Bro, I would have
I'm
needed like 5
constructing-
croissants for that. I would have
Bro,
had to
if
like
I
dip
was
a lot.
constructing like the best meal I've ever had, that custard like would be part of one of the courses. It
That
was
is
fucking
the,
so good.
That is the second best caviar dish I've ever had. Also, yeah, Bodie, before we go to this dinner, he asked me, he's like, do you want to do the caviar upgrade? And I thought he was just talking about getting a side of caviar. And I said no, because like by itself, I'm just not really a big fan. Like I'd rather not pay like $100, $200 for it. If it's just by itself, I'm not like a huge fan of it. I didn't know it was like one of the dishes. Like I didn't know it was like combined with a bunch of other stuff. And so, yeah, they're like, the waiter was definitely offended that I didn't want it. I was like, I didn't know it was a dish. I was like, I thought it was just by itself. She's like, no. I was like, well, then bring it out. Let
It's
me get
cool
it.
they gave you this separate option to like you didn't need it. Like usually they make the whole table do it or not, right? Like usually that's the
Yeah.
thing, so
It depends on what
was-
type of upgrade
It was
is.
well
usually.
worth it. It was very good. My favorite thing there was it's new on their new menu. It was a quail dish, and I've eaten a lot of quail, being where I'm from, and that was insane. It had a red pepper puree with it, which was crazy. It was out of this world. That is probably the best like
Quail is
bird.
really good.
That's the best bird dish I've had in my life. Nothing's better. Nothing's close. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Insane. It was so tender. It's insane.
Yeah, so
Crazy.
they had us choose between 2 different mains, but then Adam being Adam was like, well, let's just get both. So they brought us out both mains. One being the
that's pretty
quail,
Adam.
one being the venison, and the quail was
That's
so
the
much
best.
better than venison, dude.
That's so funny.
If I
Did
went
you-
back,
I'm
I'd have
assuming-
two
both
quails.
mains,
Two quails.
absolutely.
I'm assuming they didn't serve you this because I think their menu changes really often. But did you guys get the buckwheat waffle?
No.
With-
No, we did not.
Okay, that was one of my favorite dishes I've ever had. It's a buckwheat waffle with some sort of like creme thing on top. It's like a thicker cream, like a whipped cream consistency, a giant dollop of caviar, and then a white birch syrup. Did you guys didn't get that?
No, but they did
definitely not.
say, since we're going to go back next Runefest, just to give them a heads up on everything that we want from previous menus we've had, and they can give it to
40
us
cheese
because...
balls at the beginning.
40 cheese balls.
Yeah.
Dude, the first bites at Frog the last time I went were like some of the most memorable I've ever had. Were they really good for you guys?
Yeah,
Yes.
the amuse bouches
Sure.
were insane, yeah.
Insane, yeah.
You,
Especially
you guys
the
have all
one-
these cards and
The one on the little, like it's like a little crisp, and then I had the mackerel on it with and they'd left like some of the fish oil on there as well. That
Are
was
you
probably
talking
my
about
favorite.
this one right here?
Yes,
Whoa,
yes,
that's cool.
yes.
I like that.
That
yeah.
one was
Yeah.
wild. It
That was
so
insane
good.
because it's like this, like it's like kind of slightly salty, and then it gets extremely salty. Like you're like, holy fuck, and then it comes off real fast, and you get the mackerel, the fish flavor. It was, yeah, that's the most memorable first bite I think I've probably ever. Aside from the, I've already admitted the Addison was the chicken liver churro. That's probably the
that's
only
wild.
other one.
I think that's my favorite
yeah,
one
the
ever.
chicken liver churro. I remember
Chicken
that.
liver churro
Yeah,
is insane.
I never forget that thing. That thing was sick.
that was good.
But yeah, man, we the fine dining
Sounds like
in,
next time.
in London
Next time
was
gonna be insane.
Was outstanding. Definitely made. Obviously, it was another reason why the trip is one of the best of all time. We had I think everything went great. And Brett Dog went to the Frog as his first ever mission.
Did Rigondeaux come, or did he not go?
No, he bailed last minute, dude.
Ah, dog. Is that why Brett Dog came? Is you guys had a open spot?
No, he was already coming
Brett
to begin
was,
with.
going like as of a couple weeks ago.
He
was
Brett Dog was going up.
He was very nervous that he was going to mess things up by not like doing something with the silverware. I was like, Brett, like they don't like you're paying to be here. They don't fucking care. Also, that place is pretty laid back, so I was like, they definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the more laid back places.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, I was like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's not like
you
tried to steal a plate or anything. I mean, that would be crazy.
So, story from the Frog. So, the entire time. First off, the waiter, she's busting my balls off the back about the caviar thing, right? So I started chatting with her. I started yapping at her, especially after the drinks start flowing. I'm yapping at her the whole time. I'm throwing some compliments in here and there. You know, I'm trying to make her feel good, because at the very end I'm trashed, and I look at her and I'm like, can I buy this spoon? This is the cool like golden spoon. I was like, I want this spoon. I was like, can I buy it? And she just looks at me and she's like, put it in your pocket. I won't know any different. And I'm like, are you sure?
There's no way, dude. That is
good. I was like, are you sure?
Pull it out. Pull out the spoon.
And she's like, yeah. And then so I see her go over and she's talking to the Psalm. They're both standing over there and they're both looking at me. And I'm at this point, this is the very end. I'm trashed. Been drinking Ignoble's fucking drinks again. I'm sitting there and they're both smiling, looking at me. And then so the other one comes over and she's like, what if I also have a smaller spoon I can give you? And I was like, yeah, that's great. And she was like, okay. And I was like, can I have both? And she was like, yeah, sure. And then she brings me a small golden spoon, which ended up giving to Adam and Jesse as a gift at the end. And they took the small spoon, of course. I kept the big spoon. I'm going to turn this spoon into a piece of jewelry. That's what I'm going to do with it. That's what I've decided. And honestly, you know what? I think it'd be a cool thing if I can get spoons from these places going forward. I'll start turning them into pieces of jewelry.
Do not try to take one from Gordon Ramsay. It doesn't go well. Do not do that, dude.
Listen, I'm never gonna steal one. I'm just gonna ask. You know, you gotta ask. You gotta.
Right as we were walking out of the Fat Duck, I grabbed my spoon and threw it right in my pocket, bro. I have a Fat Duck spoon.
He stole it, but they probably didn't care. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna turn this into a piece of jewelry. I've seen some cool videos of people turning like nice spoons like this into stuff. So hopefully, I don't know what I'll do, but that's the plan. But that's a cool story. And I'm glad I was able to get them a small spoon as well, which is funny.
That is funny.
But
a really cool thing about the Frog too is like they have a bar adjacent to it, which is like there's like a private room in the bar that's like a World War II bunker, and we got drinks in there. Like that was
I was gonna go there with Adam when I was there, but I had to catch a flight, dude. I showed up to that lunch drunk, got plastered, and then took a plane.
Oh my God.
Plastered. That was the worst day of my life.
Dude, that place was hot. I was fucking all of us. I just
Frog was there? Really?
Well, yeah. Well, the little bunker he's talking about, off to the side. I came there a little late.
Yeah,
everybody was just like, everybody
hot.
visibly had like a line of sweat on their forehead. I was like, what's going on here? It was hot.
Especially
also,
if you're drinking too.
Instead of Rigondeaux come, we also had a guy named Ocean Bites come, and he was really cool.
I've heard that name. Ocean
Yeah, he's
Bites.
the artist that does all the pixel art.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Bro, the best way to put it, he's a refined gentleman, a true yapper, a good talker, a good speaker, a handsome guy.
A true yapper.
He was great. I talked to him a lot throughout the trip. Great guy. If you're listening, it's a pleasure meeting you, Beast. You're a beast. And then so John was also supposed to come. My friend John MP4, and he thought it was on the next day and missed it.
Oh no.
And I felt terrible.
Dude, everyone missed it like a great fucking dinner. That sucks.
It was pretty tough.
They did.
That's like one of the best experiences too. Like just overall, the price, the quality.
Bang for the buck, Frog was incredible. Like that was
bang for the buck.
It was expensive, but it wasn't like the Fat Duck. It wasn't like Aragawa.
Yeah.
You know,
Dude,
we on that too.
We went there for lunch, and it's the same exact menu as dinner, but like 100 pounds cheaper.
That's sick.
So life hack.
So go for lunch. Yeah, go for lunch.
But
Dang.
yeah.
So you guys went to 3? It was 3 total or 4?
Three in a row. 3 in a row.
Yeah.
But
Aragawa is not technically Michelin, but yeah, it was 3 absolute fucking monsters
3
back, 3 back.
bangers.
So we did all the restaurants. We did London. We had a great time. We also went to the gallery. We saw some art. There was actually some really cool pieces of art there. I'm not even big on art, but there was some insane stuff there. That was really cool. Also, it was free. That was the best part. It was free. You don't have to pay anything.
Is that
You
like
just go in.
modern art or what kind of art?
Art
it was
from
just,
the.
It's not modern. No,
Like,
I mean
Renaissance?
it was mostly I don't know what
Surrealist?
counts as
From like the 15th, 16th century. It was very old.
So
stuff.
that's like Renaissance, yeah.
The oldest is the 1500, mostly 1700s with a little bit of 1900s mixed in there. Like the latest it got was Picasso.
Ooh.
That was
I fuck with art museums. I like art.
that was an absolute highlight. I did not expect much going into that. If you go
And Van Gogh
to
there as well. They had a couple of Van
Yeah.
Gogh paintings also.
the Van Goghs were awesome. If you go to like London, highly suggest checking that. That
Yeah.
was my favorite like touristy thing we did was definitely the National Art Museum. That was
Yeah.
so much fun.
We-
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
We got close to Big Ben. Not that big. No, that's my
Big
takeaway.
Ben, fucking tiny, bro. Fucking is
Need some
is very,
extents.
bro. It was that guy was not that
He's
big.
kind of flaccid. He wasn't too hard. I thought it was gonna be a little bigger. It's
No
what
monkey
it
would
is.
not even fly plane into it. He'd need a drone. It was nothing. It really
I
was.
think we're just so used to like the insane like architecture of American buildings, and like when you see Big Ben, like it's a very pretty clock tower, but it's just not as big as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like
The movies make it
don't
seem
know.
so much bigger somehow.
Yes, yes,
I remember the
yes.
first time we
British
drove past
propaganda, dude.
yeah.
Dude, the first time we
Trying to
drove
make it
past it,
big.
I'm like, okay, that's a massive tower with a clock on it. That has to be Big Ben. I don't see another one of those around here. But there's no way that's fucking Big Ben, dude. That's not what it looks like in the movies. Granted, in the 1700s when it was made or whenever
Yeah.
it was made, it was probably the coolest thing
We
ever,
also,
but not anymore.
We also went to the Science Museum. That was really cool. I was violently hungover, so it wasn't the greatest for me. But did you not like it?
The Science Museum, just compared to the art one, was pretty lackluster. The two really cool things were they had on display like old medical equipment, and they had cocaine eye drops, that they used to give to, I'm pretty sure, pregnant women. It was like part of that display.
That's
It was
the
a little
coolest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. And then the other really cool
Cocaine
thing
eye
is
drops for
at the
pregnant
very
women.
back, only me and Annie went over to this because everyone was, like Seth said, violently hungover. There was a solitary confinement room that you could go like stand in, where they just played tapes of people who had been in solitary confinement and like talking about their experiences. Bro, it was the most eerie thing I have like ever done. It was fucking wild. That was
How
That's
long do you
pretty
think you
weird.
could survive in full darkness, solitary confinement? How long do you think you could last?
Survive or stay sane?
I mean, take your pick.
I
I
feel like
was
I
gonna
don't-
find
I
out
feel
here
like
a
I
couple
don't know.
14, 16 hours maximum.
Yeah.
I'm fucking,
Yeah.
I'm folding like a lawn chair. I'm not meant to
I'm
be
gonna
like that.
say,
dude.
I don't know.
These
honestly,
people,
honestly, I
these
don't know.
people that were talking about their experiences in there were like, none of their experiences are more than a couple days. Like most of them were actually just a few hours of like talking about like what it did to them after hours. So yeah, that was that was very interesting experience to step in one of those.
I want to say I could do a week, but probably max a week.
I feel like I could do a good bit in my in a long time ago. I did do a deprivation tank for 12 hours, which is pitch black too.
Why?
It was
12
under
hours?
it was under the academy I was in, but yeah, you had to sit in there for 12 hours.
It was like a training thing?
It's like a claustrophobia training essentially to like get you and yeah. Because essentially, if you just sit there and breathe, it ain't that bad. But if you start thinking about it, your brain can take you to a very bad place very quick. But yeah, it was pitch black. The walls are like, if you look at me, it's like here's a wall, and I'm just sitting there. It was very tight.
Oh,
But like,
you
I
have to
just,
sit, like you can't lay down or anything like that?
no, you're just sitting there. So
Oh, then I would fucking suffer.
it
if
was
that
not a
the
good time.
Yeah.
But got through it. But and then
if I
obviously
could lay down.
Yeah. But anyway. Okay, but so we did the restaurants, we did some tour stuff. It was fun. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, so it was funny too. I was gonna say after it says Bread Dog's first Michelin going to the Frog, he was absolutely violently hungover. Come Friday.
Poor guy.
He was fucking
Yeah, he was next level hungover.
hands were
bro.
shaking. It was
Yeah.
not. Also, I'm super proud of Bread. Bread this time around, he really was like, his confidence levels were through the roof. He was honestly a beast.
That's
I'm glad he had a really
dude.
good time. Like I was very proud of Brett.
Yeah.
But anyway, we take a train to Birmingham, which was a cool experience for me. I felt like that was kind of a tourist high because I've never been on a train like that. I've been on the only train I've been on is a shitty New York subway train. That's it, my entire life. So riding on the above ground, you know, and yeah, we got the first class, quote unquote, first class tickets. It was pretty nice. It was kind of cool. It was a cool experience. And then we got there and we walk all the way through the convention center to the Genting Hotel, which is where we were staying. And what was the first day? What we do? Yeah, the first day, it was Friday. There was no convention that day. So everybody got settled into the hotels, and then we all met at a bar. And then from the bar, we went to the casino, which is, it's a pretty nice casino inside of the Genting.
Of course
actually.
you went to the casino.
No, everybody did, because so this casino is like, it has a huge open space, and every content creator was there. I could have really freed up some marketplace. Could have settled. Yeah, we could have really freed up some space in there. Everybody was there. Everybody except for literally Tasty. Was everybody?
Yeah.
You should have done it, bro.
So the coolest moment there for me, which is one of the coolest things of all time, is I'm standing there. I think I'm talking to Doobie Dobbies, which shout out to him. He was hilarious. That guy was funny. Every time I seen him, he was sweating and just having the time of his life. I'm talking to him, and I feel this fucking massive hand grab my shoulder, and he's like, "What's up, Joey?" And I turn, and it's fucking Chig. It's fucking Chig Okonkwo just standing in front of me. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "What are you doing here?" That's what I said. I said, "What are you doing here, man?" I was like, "How'd you get here? Like, what happened?" And he was like, "I had to make a pit stop." He's like, I couldn't not come. So he went from Japan to there. I think it's.
That's a crazy flight, by the way. That's a long
he took
fucking flight.
Because I think Jagex invited him, because I know after the whole convention was over, they invited him to the headquarters. He went and toured the whole headquarters there. I think on Monday, the day after the last day of Runefest. But that was really cool. Get to talk to him. I literally told him, I was like, "Bro, I'm literally rocking a Titans jersey tomorrow." And then so that was cool. And then yeah, I met everybody. I got to meet Skill Specs, because this is my top 3 on the list to meet people. Was Skill Specs, Skiddler, and Rigondow. Those are the top 3 people I wanted to meet. And I got to meet all of them.
Rig's a sweetheart. I love Rig. He's so nice.
He was the best. It was great meeting him. Skiddler was hilarious. Literally, as soon as I met him, he was
How
like,
tall
"I wish
is
you."
Skiddler for me? Like, just for me. How
He's
tall is he?
like 5'11", 6 foot. Probably like 5'11",
Okay.
6 foot. But yeah, this is the first thing he told me. He's like, "I was hoping you were going to be short. I was going to bully you, but now I can't do shit." That's the first thing that he told me. And then Skill Specs, I ran up and I scared him. I just grabbed him. Like, I ran up and I grabbed him in the casino. And like his lady looked concerned for a second, and then he realized it was me. But he was awesome to meet. Yeah, they're all great. I think that's the thing, is everybody we met was so nice. Like, it was amazing. It was great. Everybody was super cool. And then we hung out at the casino the whole night. It was my birthday too.
You win any money?
Thank you to the Genting Hotel Casino. I started with £100 and I left with 600 on Sunday. So
Nice.
thank you for your service. I greatly appreciate you. But yeah, I did well.
Shout
I did
out.
well on blackjack, and then we did 100 chuck. I did it with Donator, Skill Specs, a few other people. We all put 100 on red, and we won. And so I stopped. And then as far as gambling goes, the day I was leaving, when I went to go exchange my chips, I put 200 on red, and I won, and I picked it up, and I cashed it out, and I left.
That's good. That's good.
Did you hear how they banned Donator from the casino for life? Did you hear that story?
So I've not heard the story. What happened? That was like Sunday.
I'm a little confused on how it happened, but essentially there was some miscalculation by the casino. They either gave him too many chips, or at some point they cashed him out, whether initially or after a bet, they like gave him a little bit too many chips, and he went on to have a tear, and like he was up big time, and they came in with some really shady casino shit, like, "Hey, we messed up earlier. You have to give us all your chips back."
No.
And he was
no
like,
way.
And he was like, "No, fuck you guys. Like, that's insane. That was a while ago. You can't just be like doing that." It was like hella shady casino shit. And they're like, "All right, give it back, or else you're banned forever." And he's like, no. They're like, so they cashed him out and they permanently banned him from the Genting casino for the rest of his life.
Dude,
Damn.
fuck those guys, bro.
Dude,
Fine.
hella shady. Dude, he like, I don't know, he turned like 500 bucks into, or 500 euros into like, I think 2,200, and they did not want to pay him, bro. They did not want to pay him.
That's so sick. Dude, 20
dude,
euro
just
for a
like-
casino? Who fucking cares?
So
That's what we were all saying. Like, dude,
the funny
you're
thing-
really gonna get it like over that? Like, come on.
It is a hotel casino. I can 100% say that. For like a small hotel casino, I should say. I could definitely see it. It's not like it's fucking Caesar's Palace or anything. So like that makes so much sense.
They were engaging
Well,
in
dude,
shady casino
when-
shit with fucking donator, dude.
It was literally 12 p.m. and I went over because like I was up 400 pounds from what I had, and I just was like, fuck it, I'm already up. I'm just gonna put 200 on red. If I lose, I leave with a couple $100. If I win, I leave with I'm up 500. So I win and I go over to exchange it, and they have my card, right? So they run my card, and they see where I've literally just basically took money from them, and the guy just fucking takes some money out and dude, he was not happy to give me that fucking money.
What does he care? He's getting paid like minimum
Yeah,
wage.
you guys
to collect
own a
one. Like,
fucking
he's
casino,
not
bro.
losing
Like,
money.
grow up.
Dude,
It was
not happy
really
to pay
wild
me.
how
He was
shady
not
that
happy to pay
casino
me.
low-key was a little
He was
bit.
not
Like,
happy to pay
really.
me at all, bro. He was salty as fuck. Give me that 500 pounds.
I've seen people get banned from Vegas casinos for dumb shit too, but like,
Yeah.
I guess it's different when you're in.
It felt like chump change that they were upset about.
They gotta be pinching pennies there, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so, bro. Kind of embarrassing.
I mean, how
But,
much? Like, it was a pretty nice hotel though, right? Like,
Yeah,
it was
bad.
good.
Yeah.
Well, the thing
you know,
is, it's
pretty solid.
the hotel is a resorts world. Okay, so you ever been in a resorts world? A resorts world is essentially like a massive mall where there
bro,
will
Resorts
be
World
hotels.
spans like 8 blocks, bro. That shit's not even a hotel. That's like a mall and a
Yeah.
hotel.
So
and
there
Yeah,
is
a
the
the
one
one-
in
right,
Vegas
so-
is massive.
Yeah, the one in Vegas has
Yeah.
3 hotels, but it's like just a massive mall with a casino with 3 hotels attached. This is the Resorts World there. So it's you have the Genting Casino, which is like separate from the Resorts World, which is like the mall casino vibe, right? So we stayed at the Genting. So it was the Resorts World that was pretty sketch. Kind of it was pretty lame on their part. How weird
Yeah,
they
but
were.
the hotel was nice, and yeah, that first night everybody gravitated towards that casino because there was just so much space. Like everybody was there. It was it had just turned my birthday. Everybody's trying to buy me a drink, but being a veteran on the events and the trips, I got out of there early because I knew if I got fucked up as hell, I was gonna feel terrible for the first day of Runefest, and I actually wanted to enjoy it. So
Yeah,
I
I
took
feel
a
like
couple.
for the most
That's a
part,
good call.
that
That's a
first
good
night
call.
we all kind of turned in relatively. There was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
crazy partying that first night because we
Yeah.
all were really nerds and excited.
We've
for the
made
fest.
that mistake
Yeah.
quite a few times.
Hamsey's like,
so
let me
I'm
get you a
glad
drink.
from it.
Ignoble's like, I was like, tomorrow night. I was like, that's fine. Like tonight, I was like, I had a couple. I let a couple people buy me a drink, but I was like, no.
But you had
I
the 3 restaurants and everything too. You had a good amount.
Yeah,
of
you guys
alcohol
had a
leading up
gauntlet
to that
already.
too,
Dude, I
so-
literally, that's another thing too, is I felt terrible. I was like, I'm actually sleeping tonight. Like, and I did. I woke up, got to Runefest early, got to walk in. So we get to Runefest, we get like our bands as creators. Dude, there's a whole fucking like, it's a massive line of people. And us being content creators, we just get to go around everybody, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that's beautiful, dude.
We
There's
got
no
to
better
walk.
feeling.
We got to walk all the way down. You know, a couple people recognizing us. It was pretty. Definitely the celebrity treatment. It was pretty cool. And then we get the bands, and then we get to go in, and the J mods all the way into the to the entrance of the place they're clapping us in, bro. Like massive.
Oh, sick.
And then they give you. Okay, I'll show you the bag they gave us. I have it here. I brought
The
this
bag
for you.
was super cool.
So this is what they gave you coming in. This is a bag. Nice little bag
Oh,
here, not
sick.
bad.
Ooh,
little bag.
Very
yeah,
high.
that's like an actual
shockingly high
bag.
quality, dude.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
extremely high quality. Feels like an $80 bag.
Everybody gets a bag, so that was pretty cool. And it's got a bunch
Everybody
of
that went to Runefest or just the creators?
yeah, everybody that
everybody that
went.
went to Runefest got a bag. Yeah,
wow.
Cool.
pretty cool. So
Well, after
yeah.
all the shit they caused, it's like the least they could do.
So I mean, yeah, dude. Honestly, the convention was sick. The temperature was good. Everything was spread out nice. There's plenty of room. They had lots of like interactive games and stuff you could do if you want to play. You could test sailing. I didn't really do any of this
How was
stuff. I
that?
just walked around and I could do. T Papa, that's where he was. I didn't see him for hours. He went and played sailing. I didn't get over there, bro. Like I said, the main thing I was taking back is as soon as I got in there, I was just left and right, people coming up to me. Like as soon as I got in there, which is one of the coolest things, 2 guys with big dog beanies come up to me and they're like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "What the fuck? This is weird." And then one of my other favorite ones is this guy. He watches my stream too. His name's Jarisho. He comes up to me. I don't know who he is.
Oh, I
And
love Yorisha. Yeah.
Yeah, so he starts reaching.
He was cool.
He starts reaching, like he starts grabbing something from his waistband, and he's like, "I'm not reaching," and then he pulls his hoodie up and shows me the Big Dog T-shirt, and I'm like, wait, who the fuck are? And then he tells me who he is. I'm like, oh shit, and that was really cool. But yeah, dude, immediately just people, and then I got to meet Hannah and Will like right off the back. She like stopped me, like she was way shorter than I had a picture in my head.
But you've never met Hannah?
I've never met Hannah or Will. No, I met them. I talked to them for a little bit.
Did you meet Will T. Papa?
Yeah. No, I met him later. It was fun. Okay. It was finally. No.
Yeah,
that's
he
just
was
like
cool.
a legendary
He was cool.
moment
He was reserved. He was kind of as like Hannah had explained him to me before. You know, he's just chill guy. You know,
I got very lucky. Yeah. I got very lucky when I met him because it was me and Bodie were outside the convention, and so were those two. And so I got to meet Will when Bodie met Will at the same time. So it was
Had Bodie met Will before? Surely.
Yeah, Bodie's met Will.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think that was the moment.
No, they went to the streamer award together. I remember.
Oh, that thing. I guess. So, yeah,
no, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the first time at the convention, anyways, that they that we'd run into them. So that was fun. Plus, because it was outside the convention, so it wasn't like a madhouse.
Yeah.
It was just on the way there.
Yeah, dude, the convention was really good. The production quality was, I don't know, my expectations were so low. You hear people talk about Jagex, low budget, you know, they're fucking barely making ends meet, blah, blah, blah.
Money.
Bro, that convention was sick. Everything was awesome. It was way more than I thought. And then plus you add in all the people we're meeting. We met so many cool fucking people, met so many creators. Like, that's what really put this trip over, like the edge as being the best. Like, there's really no way to recreate that, you know?
Yeah, the convention was something that mattered, not just a reason, an excuse to go. It was like,
I'm excited to go back again. For what I've heard in the woodwork from J Mods is next year they'd like to do same convention but expand it and do 5,000 tickets. Is what I've.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Same place? Are they doing it in Birmingham again?
Here's the thing. So you say Birmingham, bro. We were not in Birmingham. We were in a resort bubble, which was really nice.
I don't know. Like,
I'm telling people this who are listening. So if you think like it's in Birmingham, you're not in Birmingham. You're outside of Birmingham in this resort bubble of a hotel. It's super nice. Like, I didn't feel like I was in Birmingham at all. It was sick.
So all the British people tried to scare everybody, basically, and saying
all the British people probably didn't realize that we were like in it's very much like you said, like a very resort experience. Like there's these really nice hotels adjacent to this beautiful convention center. Like this is where, this is where, from my understanding, like where almost all conventions are held in the UK, or like at this place, just because it's so freaking massive.
Dude,
like we were one hall of 20, and we were in the smallest one. So like that. This place
is massive, dude. It's huge,
massive, dude. Yeah.
Did you ever walk around? So the second day I walked all the way around to just see how big it was. Dude, this place is huge. I didn't realize how big it was. It is a massive convention center, very big, very big.
So what I could equate it to in my own mind is like if you stayed on Disney property and went to Disney, but you're not in Orlando. You're just
very
much so. Yeah.
We were protected from the outskirts of Birmingham for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what Birmingham looks like.
The only time we went into Birmingham was for the indoor after party thing. That's the only time we were actually in the city of Birmingham.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
that's the only time we actually ventured out there. But that was a close.
Messiah DJ'd that one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was actually
so awesome.
That place was cool too. It was small, but it was cool. And
dude. There was a moment like on the dance floor where you like, I took it and I looked around. You had Endor DJing, bro. You had Chig right there. You had Paul Gower on the stage dancing, dude. You had Curtis. You had Mammal. It was just like everybody was just on this tiny little stage, and we were just going wild. And it was next level. That
Chig he was aura farming, bro, hard.
Bro, he really was. He was looking great. Yeah. The Endor Crusader after party was awesome. Ron played games, did a set. It was really good. Mason from Crusader did a set. Honestly, he fucking killed it. He murdered. He's such a good little DJ. It was that party was awesome. And just the fact that you like look around and you're like, who's this old man going wild? Oh my God, that's Paul motherfucking Gower up on the stage.
Dude,
Dude,
yeah, I saw
like,
he was there.
What, dude? Like, Paul Gower's at the club right now. This is weird, dude.
He was
like,
having a
He's
good
like
time.
he's in the alumni RuneScape club. He just always could be there, and no one would
Also,
question.
meeting Colin Sawyer, that was fun. Dude's really nice, you know.
Dude,
I wanna
Colin
be
was sick.
Colin Sawyer.
Yeah,
Colin was
and
sick.
he had a hoodie on. I can't remember what it said on the front, but it was like, use your free Twitch Prime on RuneScape.
I have a picture of it. I
creators.
took a picture
Yeah.
of
That's
it.
crazy, bro.
Yeah, and the back
Yeah.
said Colin Sawyer. Like, it was pretty cool. It was awesome to see that.
Yeah, he was really cool. He asked about you too, of course. He definitely wanted to.
Yeah.
He definitely wanted to meet you. But yeah, that last night, yeah. So we did the convention the first day. Did you buy anything there or no?
Merch wise, and he got like the nice hat. That's it.
I see. So he had a hoodie on that says Colin Sawyer, use free Twitch Prime, old school RuneScape, and RuneScape. That's all it said. That was was a drip. But
That's the Colin classic.
I got some cool stuff. I got some cool stuff given to me, and then I also, I mean, yeah, honestly, I didn't take any of this. So we got a shout out to Eve Meisters, gave me a Bucky's hat. That's pretty cool. Okay, the Bucky's hat. Also, this right here. Bread Dog bought me this, so this is very sentimental to me now. Shout out to Bread Dog. He bought this for my birthday. Check that out right there. Look at that.
The lobster shirt. Let's go.
No, it's just it's like a
Oh,
it's
is
like
it
a
a
tablecloth
towel?
thing. I don't know what you call
okay.
this. A tee.
You could put
thing?
it. You could make it a bandana. You can wear it as a bandana if you
That's
wanted
true.
to.
A tea towel? Is that what you're trying to say?
A tea towel, yeah, I think that's what they call it there. I'm not sure. But also someone else gave me one of them as well, so I have two of them.
Sick.
So I got two of those. I did get the socks. Got the socks as well.
Lobster socks?
So
Oh, they
lobster
had those
socks.
like at the convention. That's
Yeah,
sick.
the lobster socks. Got this little thing from Mr. Pure Spam. He was giving these out, so that felt good. I felt included. This little thing here. And I'm trying to think what else I got, bro. There's so much stuff. They gave us
bro.
this. They gave us all a journal. This is the for like I guess for signatures. I don't know. This came
Yeah, I
with the
signed
bag.
many of those. That was fun. I'm
And then,
happy
yeah.
they gave those out because it led to like everyone wanting a signature, which led to my ego exploding. You know.
Yeah, that's valid.
They got the Runefest,
Oh,
the
man.
Runefest Sharpie, bro. They're pretty on top of it. I don't want these. I gotta give these to one of you. I give these to T Papa, bro. I'm not
I'll take
wearing
them.
these.
It sucks.
Fuck it. I don't.
Bro,
Yeah,
I met meeting Pure Spam is really cool. I realized that me and Pure Spam are very different. Like we're the same person in very different situations. Like me and Pure Spam are very similar. I had a long conversation with him. I had no idea we'd be so similar, but me and Pure Spam are.
I'm interested in what you mean fully by that, but I won't ask.
Bro, he comes up to me and he's like, he comes right up to me. He's like, hey, so you trip on shrooms a lot?
that's crazy.
Bro, that was his
crazy,
entry
dude.
frag, and then we obviously from that it spiraled into a great conversation. And meeting him was definitely a highlight. I think I just like wasn't expecting. I don't know. I didn't really think of like he wasn't on my list of people I was really wanting to meet. And then after talking to Pure Spam, like, oh my god, I love that guy so freaking much. He was so cool. One of the best conversations I had was with him.
Well, I was
That
gonna
was
say
like-
that's in my. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Carlex.
No, I was just gonna say that's similar to when I went to Vegas and I met Ginger Beardy. Like I wasn't expecting like that to be a thing, but he ended up being like one of the coolest people that I
Yeah,
met.
Ginger
What were you
Beardy is
gonna say?
amazing. I love Mr. Beardy.
Well, that was gonna go to my topic. Just to ask you, who's the favorite person you met who wasn't like? Because I know I said earlier, like my list of people I was really excited to meet was Skill Specs, Skiller, and Rigondeaux. Who like? Would you say he was your number one person who was not like on your radar at all people to meet that you're like blown away by?
Number one and two are definitely Pure Spam and Doobie Dobies for sure. Doobie Dobies is, I think, literally the funniest person I have met in my life. Like he is just pure comic gold. And
Balsa
it's
Tree
'cause,
Wood.
talk to him. He had been an MC at a comedy club for many years, and he just recently got into streaming. So like after I
makes
talked to him
sense.
for a while, and then he said that, I'm like, oh, okay, this is why you're the funniest fucking person I've ever met. Like he really is, just in terms of like comedy, like that guy's fucking hysterical. Those two, and it's really funny because because Doobie Dobies, he's no cam. So like I had seen him a couple times, and he would like side eye me from really far away, and I'm like, who is this random person that keeps staring at me? We've made like awkward eye contact like 4 or 5 times. And then finally it comes up like a couple hours later. He's like, yo, I'm Doobie Dobies. And I was like, oh my God. Because I didn't know what he looked like. He's no cam. And yeah, he was really freaking sick to meet.
I think I would, I put him in my honorable mention. My number one was actually Real Olive, also known as the Victim. He's definitely
Real Olive, dude. No
Victim was cool. Be the Victim was cool.
He was probably my favorite person who I had no idea I would like have a good time with. He was funny, and we just kept calling him Olive. It was just, yeah, he was great. I'm a big fan of him now. Look forward to seeing him next year.
And Olive went, right? Like actual Olive went.
Olive went. Olive actually went. Yeah. But yeah, there's like multiple times where I'm just walking around and I thought this guy was Olive just because they look so similar. Yeah, he was the GOAT. Shout out to him. Probably my number one person.
Ron plays game, definitely honorable mention, and Lake as well. Those two guys were pretty sick.
Wait, haven't you met Lake before? Oh no,
I'd never met Lake. Meeting Lake,
he was cool.
Yeah, Lake was in
Lake
Austin.
a long time
I missed
ago.
him too. Yeah.
Yeah, in Austin. Yeah, I forgot that was.
I went home early to meet Olive.
Oh yeah,
fair.
That's a bummer.
From meeting people the first day, my craziest story is, and Hamsey was standing right there during this. Just 2 people came up to me and said they're a huge fan of Top Tuesday, and said that it was a woman and a man, and they told me that they watch it as a family. I was like, well, what do you mean by that? And they're like, our mom watches it with us, and I'm like,
oh, that's funny.
That's awesome.
I'm like, okay. I was
like their
I was
siblings.
I don't know if they were siblings or if they were together. I'm not sure. I think they were together, and this is one of their moms is watching with them. But I was like, how old is she? And they're like, she's 55. I was like, what?
That's fucking sick, dude.
I was like,
I mean,
what the
that's
fuck?
younger than my parents.
And then so they got a picture. They were like, we gotta get a picture. She's like, she wanted us to get a picture of you for her. I was like, okay. And then they took the picture, and then I found them later, and they showed what their mom had said about me. That I'll share it on the Patreon cast, but she was saying some crazy shit about what she wants to do to me. But
bro, you should let her do it.
That's the craziest interaction I have with people who watch.
Damn.
The thought of a 55-year-old British woman watching Top Tuesday is hilarious to me. Hilarious to me though.
Oh, she's watching it, all right.
Yeah.
She's watching
Also,
it.
honorable mention is Saint Tits. I had a ton of people ask me like, "Where's Saint Tits? Where is Saint Tits here?" Somebody thought, what was the funniest shit? Oh fuck. Somebody thought I was with John. Somebody thought John was Saint Tits. So there's a couple people that thought somebody was with me with Saint Tits, and one person I lied to them and they believed me. A lot of people asked about
like
Saint Tits.
Well, I'm definitely gonna have to
up?
go to the next one.
Does John even relatively look like Saint Tits?
No, not at all. But
Yeah,
I
not
guess,
really.
No, not at all. Yeah, that's
no.
I was like, what? How do you? Then
Next
you really
time-
haven't. You're not a
Next
watcher.
time we might have to let Asterix out of the cage. We got to get Asterix out there. I had a couple people ask if Asterix was coming. I'm like, no, Asterix not fucking coming. He's in the cage. Are you kidding me? Like,
Bro.
Yeah.
He's got work to do, brother.
If Seth was hitting his head, if fucking Cody and Asterix were there, they would have.
That would've been-
They would
that
have
had no
had
idea.
concussions. Dude,
What else would it be heading?
Mr. Mammal told me that someone came up to him, and it was like a guy from Arizona, and he fully fell for the bait that me and Mammal were cousins. He's like, dude, like, so how far apart?
You make that
like,
pretty believable, by the way.
I know,
Like,
I did. He's like, how far apart is your
do.
family? Like, are you like, do you guys ever like go out there? Like, what's your favorite part of Arizona? Dude, I love Mr. Mammal because he played the bit, dude. He was like, we're pretty far extended. Like, I don't go over there much, dude. And he had a full blown conversation continuing the bit, and that's why I fucking love Mr. Mammal, dude. Thank you.
W.
My favorite
origin
part of Mr.
story.
Mammal is we were at the club and man, we were dancing on the stage and this person kept fucking bumping into me and I turn around and it's Mr. Mammal just completely trying to twerk on me. Like he's got his whole ass like all up on my butt. Like he was trying to get jiggy with it. It scared the heck out of me. So Mr. Mammal wanted it. And okay, my other favorite part, right? It was the most wholesome part I experienced at RuneFest is there was this father and son that both played RuneScape. And I don't know, they came up and they were talking to me about whatever, you know, Behemoth or how much they like, you know, the stuff we do. And I was talking to the kid and Brett Dog was sitting next to me. And after a while, I you know, I was kind of wrapping up talking to them. And I'm like, yeah, did you guys know like Brett Dog's here? And the kid's like, what? I'm like, yeah, no, Brett Dog's here, and this is Brett Dog. Like, Brett Dog was sitting next, and like the kid's face when he realized that, like, Brett Dog, like, because obviously it's a kid, bro. You know,
Dog,
like,
yeah.
he loved, dude. The kid's face lit up like it was Christmas morning, dude. That like Brett Dog's right there, and then they got to talk with Brett for a while. So that
That's
was
pretty sick, dude.
definitely like the most wholesome moment I experienced. Was that right there?
That. So the second day, we're all hanging out by like the creator crafted booth that like Mason and Crusader people were all at, and people kept coming up to me and talking to me. So every person that came up and talked to me, I would ask them at the end of it, I'd be like, hey, do you want to meet Brett Dog? And they're like, no fucking way. Is he here? I was like, they're like, is he here? No one knows what he looks like. And I was like, yeah, he's right there. And so like at one point I had built up a queue of people waiting to meet Brett Dog. He had like a line of like 6 people like waiting to meet him.
Yeah,
it was so good. And then he came to me. He's like, did you tell them? I was like, yeah, I told all of them that it was that it was you. And he was like, I was so confused why people kept coming up to me and how they knew how I was. It was funny. Also,
yeah,
just seeing
after the Vegas thing, we kind of kept him under wraps. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he was, I mean, honestly, that leads me to the next thing is he was ready to go up there, man. He got robbed. Got fucking robbed for the Golden Dome, bro. Definitely one of the biggest robberies of all time.
That was the biggest swindle of all time, actually.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah,
I was
that's
not
pretty fucked
expecting.
up.
I was there watching it, and I was not expecting them to pan to literally you guys in the crowd. And I saw,
Yeah, that was like planned or something, dude.
I
Bro,
was like,
that was
dude,
pretty wild. Yeah.
I saw Hamsey just front and center, just aghast.
Yeah,
we were all gonna boo super loud, but Brett Dog asked us many times not to, so we didn't.
Yeah.
that would have been pretty fucked up, actually.
Yeah. All due respect to Mr. Frey, I'm sure he's a great content creator. I've never watched his
Frey's got
stuff.
99 thieving, bro. That shit was robbed.
Yeah, but he definitely robbed
You guys should
our
have
boy.
started barking. You guys should have just started barking really fucking
Okay,
loud.
I don't know if you guys could tell on stream, but like when they said Brett Dog, that place popped just as loud as when they said settled. It was like an explosion when they introduced Brett for the nominees.
It was just me and T-Papa.
Yeah, I believe it, honestly. Like, I believe it.
Yeah, that place was really, really wild for Brett. That was fun to see.
Dude, the chat was too. The Twitch chat was hilarious. It was like that guy. He doesn't stream on Twitch, so like, it was just they were the Twitch
so many.
chat was
I was
happy.
watching that, dude. It was like 3 a.m, and I
They
was
were
like,
not
dude,
happy.
you better fucking win. The amount of question marks flying through that chat was insane, dude.
Yeah, people were not happy they didn't win.
So
it must have been close.
Frey
Had to have been
stream on
close.
YouTube? Is
Yeah,
that what
he's
it
a
is?
Yeah, Frey's a pretty big
He streams
YouTuber,
on
I
YouTube.
think.
Okay.
I think he's got like
I know
80,000 subs, so like he's got a lot of people who watch him. So makes sense.
I thought it was like 50. I went and looked through. I didn't even know what he
I don't
did.
know.
Or
He has
or
over
heard of
50.
him before.
Yeah,
Sure.
he's got 50K.
He does
like
one
his videos
chunk, I
get-
guess. What is
Yeah,
one chunk?
he's
Like, what
PK.
even
I
is
think he's a
that?
PKer and he does one
Oh.
chunk. He does both.
Okay.
Yeah.
got it.
But yeah, that just completely displays the disparity between Twitch and
Yeah.
YouTube viewership, because
Yeah.
Twitch feels like so much more because it's so interactive, but the amount of eyes you have on your content is like wildly lower.
Yeah, I was
comparatively.
just say if I didn't do YouTube in the form of my personal YouTube and the times I host on Behemoth, I'd have been recognized by maybe like 1 or 2 people there at tops, probably who were just like people. There's only a few people who like actually watch my stream who I met. It's like the reach of YouTube is much more vast
Insane,
than Twitch.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not even close.
Insane.
So, but fucking bullshit, man.
Bro, at least we got that sticker out of it, because I'm gonna make that into an emote if no one does, because that shit is hilarious.
I'm making that limo. The one of me, bro. My
Yeah,
face of
yeah.
disgust. Like that's about
You
as
have
disgust
to-
as I can
it
be,
was like-
bro.
like
That's as angry as I can be without saying something. Is that face is right there. I was very, very sad for Brett.
man.
He took it well though. He took it like a champion, like he is. You know, it is what it is.
Right, dude, Brett,
he knows
it
he's
was so
loved.
funny. After that happened, Brett walked off, probably to get some fresh air, and then I saw him about probably 5 to 10 minutes later, and bro had the biggest beer I've ever seen in his hand. He just
Oh, no, dude.
He went off. Brett got a little drunk that night, bro. he was he was having a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that's funny too because I think I was only worried about him losing to that massive VTuber. So like I didn't even like take into account the other people.
Yeah, that shocked me when he lost to not the other VTuber, but
I would maybe booed for that. If you lost to her, I might have booed. She streamed RuneScape like 8 times. So like
9. Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been hilarious. That would have been like objectively funny if she won. Honestly, I would have laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But he took it like a champ. It was it's okay. Maybe next year. One of us will win something. But
Yeah.
what else would I have?
You guys
here?
want to hit the Twitter workshop before we head to the Patreon or what?
Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna talk about the penthouse on the Patreon.
And my K-hole.
There's a ton of like all the topics in here. I was gonna ask about, but I figured we'd save it for the
Yeah, we can get into some more demon time aspects of the trip. On the Base After Dark Patreon, use a free trial if you want to see for free, or subscribe.
A good week to do it.
Feed Saintits. Saintits, are you hungry?
Also, yes, I'm very hungry, actually. Also, the early releases of base tapes will be coming out on the Patreon as well. So if you're a Patreon subscriber, you're going to get access to new content earlier than our regular listeners. So,
Woo!
I'm very excited about that.
no, I am too.
They've been working. Saint Tits has been working hard on the base tapes.
Still banned on Twitter, so you guys got this, man. Take it away.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah,
you can text,
listen,
you
hey,
can
it's
text
a great
Hamsey,
time.
dude.
It's a great time to be banned on Twitter. That's all I'm saying right now. Great time.
Objectively
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
That's a good point.
That's true. Yeah.
Little jealous, honestly.
I'm just
I have
tweet a picture that Mel sent me, which you may have seen.
Oh, the
Max,
Latinas
but-
one.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna tweet
That's a
that.
good one. You
Can I
gotta
see
tweet
the
that.
picture?
Yeah, hold on.
I don't
Is it just
remember
gonna
what I
be-
have and haven't shared. I'm gonna be honest.
We haven't gotten into your trip. We'll have to get into your trip maybe on the Patreon stuff,
We-
but next week we'll get into your
Yeah,
trip.
well, I was assuming RuneFest is kind of like the hot topic because all you guys went to that. So we could talk about Philippines next week. Honestly, I've got plenty.
You'll have Hamsey back too. You can fill it in with and Ignoble.
Yeah, Ignoble season going next week. Dude, the fucking side. I'll tell you, before we start, a quick story about Hamsey. I think it's Wednesday during the trip. It was the day of the Fat Duck. He texts me and he says, "I'm coming," and with a U, and I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I'm coming to RuneFest." I'm like, "Don't fucking troll me, bro." And then I call him and he's like, "Dude, I found a way. He's like, "I found a way to make it happen." He's like, "It's devious, but I'm gonna be there." I'm like, "Are you serious?
that
Are you
mean?
fucking, are you trolling me?" But no, he wasn't. He showed up and yeah. So shout out to Hamsey. Absolute demon. A weekend flight like that for RuneFest is crazy. A fucking international weekend and then straight back to work. He worked today. Crazy.
That's such a
That's
Hamsey
insane.
thing, though.
Insane.
He got
bro.
sent home from work
Are we
today,
surprised?
actually.
Did both work. He got sent home by us too. Wait, should we text him? He
we
said he wanted.
kicked him out.
Wait. Say this.
Yeah, I told you to text him. Yeah,
Oh,
text
I've
him.
already texted him.
He just wanted to tweet out at the same time we did. I don't think
He
wanted
is
to.
currently on
Well,
standby.
We can let you hear his voice.
I'm actually like,
That's a
I
good point.
hate to admit it, I'm a little light
Oh.
just because usually during the week I'm streaming and gathering
Oh.
thoughts, and I don't.
I've got
this is a
I've
little
got one
different.
for you. I would never tweet this because it's not good enough,
Okay.
but I've got one for you
Ooh,
that
okay,
you might
perfect.
like.
It's probably great then.
I will never let a man who's uncircumcised talk down to me. Calm down, push pop.
Push
Oh
pop.
my god! Oh my god!
That's really good. I
Push
like that a
pop's
lot.
kinda
Yeah, that's a
crazy,
banger.
yeah.
And this one honestly is great for Krylax. I got this one. I have the opposite of mommy issues. My mom was great, so I grew up thinking women could be trusted.
That's okay.
Yeah,
It's a little
that's-
wordy. It's a little
That's
wordy, but
it.
it's not bad.
It rings home for me, definitely. So,
Yeah, that's why I figured you
Yeah.
might like that one.
yeah.
All right, I might
Um,
tweet the push pop one. That's a good one.
And then I don't know where this. I don't even remember typing this one out. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's another plane. No monkey, no.
That's a good
dumb,
one.
dude.
That's a good one.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
get
that's
this
all I got,
actual
dude.
picture.
Wait, which
to
one are you
send.
tweeting? Because like I might.
I don't-
want
I
that
don't
one. Like,
know.
I'll-
Maybe-
that's-
Maybe the no monkey one or the uncircumcised one. Either one.
I think it's in. Is it general? Yeah, I put it in general. Okay, there you go. General and the After Dark.
Do you guys think
Discord.
you lost weight on the trip? I was like thinking I was gonna gain weight just because we were gonna be eating all this stuff, but I feel like I lost.
every single time. I think I lose just because
Yeah.
We just don't be eating, bro. We just don't be eating.
It's just like so much walking. We're just walking so much, and we have like one big meal every day. I feel like, even with the alcohol still. Wait, there he is.
All right, all right, all right, all right.
Oh my god, dude.
What
Hey,
what have they
wait,
done to
say,
my
did you got this
boy?
on the record, by the way?
Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Prison Joe's begging me to come say a few words.
Just
Well,
a couple, man.
this is why I couldn't be on if you can't fucking tell.
We're just telling him we sent you home from work, dude. He couldn't come today.
I got sent home from both my jobs today.
Can you read your tweet out for us before you
Hey,
go?
I assume you guys are doing the Twitter workshop.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, they
sir.
are. I'm
Yeah.
banned.
Well, yeah. So, all right. Well, I gotta hit it then. Yeah, I really wanted to be on today, and I even like anticipated being on. So I did the two-parter technique. I laid myself up earlier. I tweeted that just witnessed horrid act of cannibalism, and then I'm gonna quote tweet it with this picture of Olive eating olives.
You gotta let that rip, dude. You set yourself up for the alley.
I already laid it up, so we gotta let it rip.
This is thought out.
Which
I'm just
T-Papa, do you
I'm
want
just
one?
sending the- I'm sending the
Okay, hold on.
picture.
Let me read mine first.
Okay.
I only got one. It's haha, girls be peeing out they Clint.
Dude, shut up. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Did you miss him, bro?
Bro, what?
It's almost
Honestly,
so bad it's good.
Just
Wait,
tweet
is
it.
the
Yeah,
Clint
just tweet
is
that
Clint
shit.
supposed to be a reference to like Clinton or something, or what is it?
No.
Like,
Clitoris.
Haha, girls
but
be
he said
peeing out they Clint.
you said Clint, not Clint. So
I
was
think it's
I
like
don't
a stupid
understand.
joke pronunciation of clit. I think that's what it is.
Haha, girls be peeing out they Clint.
It's literally just brain rot.
That's
dude.
something
Yeah.
only you could tweet. That's something only you could tweet.
Oh, dude.
I
I
did
haven't
miss him.
yet.
Honestly, I did. I did miss him. I will say that.
Wait, you missed who?
They asked, "Did you?" Prison Joe was like, "Did you miss him?" I'm like, "Yeah, actually."
Yeah, honestly, fucking miss you guys.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, I did. Yeah.
All right, I think I might
Yeah.
do the Clint one, and then I might tweet your other ones on different days if you don't. So good luck.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair. All right, ready to rip him?
I'm tweeting it.
I just
I'm
tweeted.
tweeting this picture.
All right, ripping it.
You'll see it.
Ripping.
when I post it.
All right, guys, on today's base after our Patreon, we go over some devious things that happened in London, possibly in the Philippines, and Hamsey is going to talk until he dies. See you there.
Don't skip. We have some news for you because we have recently reworked our entire podcast format. We will still be conducting one normal podcast a week, but now Tier 1 patrons will have access to a weekly exclusive Patreon podcast that's going to be even more based and more after dark. We've also updated our other tiers to include perks that allow you to directly interact with the podcast and influence the topics that we speak about. The Patreon will be linked in the description below.